In today's video, we will be reviewing the C4 Original Pre-Workout, specifically the Sour Batch Bros flavor. So most of you are probably already familiar with my pre-workout PuckerFuel that I'm working on. It's going to be the world's most sour pre-workout. Link in description. And obviously, if I'm working on the world's most sour pre-workout, I gotta test the competition. That is why today we're reviewing C4 Original, the Sour Batch Bros flavor. So it's gonna have that sour taste. But I pretty much just received this pre-workout, so I haven't even looked at the packaging that much, but I think the packaging looks, it does stand out. I mean, it's in an iconic packaging, I'll be honest. I think most of C4 pre-workouts are in yellow packaging, so they stand out. C4 is a massive brand, so there's a shit ton of products by them. And as per the flavors, I mean, there's a shit ton of flavors for this pre-workout as well. But obviously, we gotta go for the sour flavor. As per, is the formula actually good of C4? Famously, it is known that it is not that great. So if we have a quick look at the nutritional information. So serving size 6.8 grams, which is tiny. It's very tiny. For example, my pre-workout PuckerFuel, one serving will be 20 grams. So that's already more than 3 times than C4. And then the ingredients in the pre-workout, you have vitamin C, niacin, vitamin B6, folic acid, vitamin B12, not actually active ingredients. Then we have beta-alanine at 1.6 grams, which is severely underdosed. You need to get in at least above 2 grams every single day, maybe even 3-point-something grams every single day. So that is severely underdosed. Creatine monohydrate is severely underdosed. 1.5 grams is nothing. You need to get in 5 grams every single day. Arginine hydrochloride is basically a pump ingredient. It's supposed to increase your blood flow, but in this formula, it's severely underdosed. 1 gram will basically do nothing, as well as L-citrulline and acetylene malate are much better pump ingredients than arginine. Acetyl L-tyrosine, that's a good ingredient. However, again, here it's majorly underdosed. Studies have found that you need to use around 5 to 7 grams in your formula to actually get the maximal benefit, but most people use around 2 grams of tyrosine. So 200 milligrams is very underdosed. Caffeine at 150 milligrams, probably the only ingredient here that is dosed at like bottom of the dosage, but at least like in the range. If you take 1 serving of C4, you're basically just drinking a coffee. Like all the other ingredients that are in this thing, they're super underdosed and they will not do anything for you basically. But we are here for the sour taste. So I want to see how sour it's gonna be, how the sour is gonna feel, because I'm gonna compare it to my own pre-workout. And to make things more fun, we will be taking 2 servings of this pre-workout. Yes, so we will be taking around 13.6 grams of this pre-workout in only 100 milliliters of water. So that means we will actually get some of the ingredients at a good dose. We will get 300 milligrams of caffeine and we will get that sour taste massively. But let's actually open it up and smell it. I really want to smell it. I want to see, because it says Sour Batch Bros flavor. You don't actually know what that smells like. Like it could smell like anything basically. I want to see what this smells. Okay, so they got obviously a protective seal. Let's open her up. There we go. First smell test. The powder looks blue. It actually has no smell. No, it has deadass no smell. I'm actually shocked. There's 0 amount of smell. I don't even know what to say. So yeah, as I said, the powder is kind of blue, if you can see that, but no smell, no amount of smell. I'm hoping that there's flavor at least. So here's the little scoop that we have here. Let's skip the smell test and just go straight to taste testing. So here we have the setup. We obviously have the powder, we have the water, and we have the scale, and we're going for 2 servings. 6 grams, 13.6 grams. Kind of already forming like bluish color. I'm guessing it's, actually no, it's kind of greenish now. So here it says, take 1 daily serving mixed with 150 to 200 milliliters of water. We're taking 2 servings with 100 milliliters of water, which is basically nothing, to feel the flavor much more. Well, that's something, huh? A lot of bubbles forming, I'll say that. There's a shit ton of bubbles actually. So the color, white, blue, greenish, not a clear color at all. And for the smell, ooh, I can feel some smell now. I would say like, yeah, it's like sour candy, I would say. Sour candy chemical flavor type of feel. But okay, let's see what the first sip tastes like, and do I feel the sour taste? Ooh. Mmm. It's a weird taste, but I kind of like that. You can't even explain the flavor, no. For the sourness, you can feel it. You can definitely feel some sourness on the back end. Really not that much though. For the flavor, no idea how I could explain this one. Let's go for a second sip and maybe I can think about it a bit more and then explain better. Like sour candy, obviously not that sour, but like candy and a little bit of a sour. But there is no distinct flavor. It's more just like liquid, you know? I'm guessing because they tried to keep the product as cheap as possible, they didn't put in as much flavoring, as much sour ingredients. They just kind of kept it simple. I mean, you can see that by the formula. But okay, let's go in for final sip, third sip, all in. Maybe I can feel some kind of flavor if I go all in. Yeah, like candy, I guess. Candy. Not all the ingredients dissolved as good as I thought they did. But flavor, yeah, like candy. Like vague candy. But I wouldn't say that it deserves to be named a sour pre-workout because it did not taste at all sour, I'll be honest. On the scale of the world's most sour, I would say like a 3. Like a 3, yeah. For the flavor, it's kind of like an aftertaste mostly. Like 4 out of 10. Just really on the back end, I would say. Not really that much. If you compare to how PuckerFuel tastes, complete different experience, I'll be honest. Like, PuckerFuel is like 9 out of 10 sour. C4 is like what I said, like 2 out of 10 sour. It's still 300 milligrams of caffeine, so I'm gonna feel this shit. So I say, let's go hit a nice little push day, destroy some chest, have an amazing workout, and then afterwards, I tell you how I felt. Let's go work out. The face itches are coming in. I can feel them. I'm gonna destroy this workout. Okay, we're back. Workout is done. I'll be honest, the workout wasn't that bad. I mean, I did take 2 servings, which is 300 milligrams of caffeine. So I get that there was some energy from that, but it honestly wasn't that bad. So here's my rating of C4 for the workout. Now, just remember that I am rating this pre-workout on 2 servings. First of all, mood was definitely better. I felt better. I would say like a 6 out of 10 for mood. Focus, I was kind of locked in. I won't lie. Pretty much the only 2 ingredients for focus here are tyrosine and caffeine, but I definitely felt a bit more locked in. I'll be honest. For pump, you can definitely see in my pump check, I got a pump, okay? So in this pre-workout, obviously arginine is the only pump ingredient, only blood flow ingredient, but if you take 2 servings, it actually gave me a bit of a pump. So I would say like a 7.5 out of 10. And lastly, for energy, obviously I took 300 milligrams of caffeine, so there was definitely energy, but by the end of the workout, the energy was kind of getting lower. There was a drop off, you could definitely feel it, but energy was definitely good. I give it like an 8 out of 10. That's kind of the ranking for the pre-workout, just, you know, for the workout. I think if you're just looking for something basic, like, yeah, sure, go for it. It's got caffeine, it's got beta alanine, it's got some creatine. It's pretty cheap, so you're not gonna, you know, waste all your money. So definitely, if you're just looking for something simple, C4 is for you. Now, if I had to compare it with PuckerFuel, my own pre-workout, yeah, my pre-workout beats the C4 out. By a lot. First of all, much better taste. Second of all, much more sour. Third of all, a much better formula. Fourth of all, yes, it will be a bit more expensive than C4. C4E is hella cheap. And fifth, I think both of them have, you know, interesting presentations. So PuckerFuel obviously has, you know, the bright orange and yellow, which kind of stands out. And C4 has a great presentation as well, I would say, with the shiny bottle and everything. So presentation, I think both win in their own respects. But now let's go for the final ranking of C4 Original Sour Batch Bros. Presentation, I think I give it a good like 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I really like these shiny bottles. Plus, it also has a custom lid here. And I think the label itself looks pretty fucking nice. It stands out. If you look at this in a store, it stands out. So presentation, I think I give it a good 8 out of 10. The formula, I give it a 3 out of 10. If you take 1 serving of this formula, it will not do anything for you. I'll be honest. Now, what I suggest is that you take 2 servings of this every single time. If you take 2 servings of this, then formula is like a 5 out of 10. It actually is a bit better. But if you take only 1 serving of this, formula, very, very bad. The taste, as I previously said, it's a 4 out of 10. I'll be honest, I didn't really taste anything that much. Yes, there was a little candy-like taste, but really vague. Plus, I took 2 servings of this and I barely felt the taste, so 4 out of 10 for the taste. And lastly, for the sour bit, 2 out of 10. I basically didn't feel the sour at all. Here in the formula, in the ingredients list, it says that there are acidity regulators like citric acid, malic acid, which are basically the ingredients that make it sour. However, I do believe that they are in here in like tiny amounts. So that's why it's not as sour. So that's why we're giving it a 2 out of 10 on the sour scale. That's kind of the overall rating of this pre-workout. It's a popular pre-workout, but you should probably stay away. There are definitely better options on the market, like PuckerFuel pre-workout that's going to be coming out. Again, this is my pre-workout and I'm working on it. So if you want to follow along with PuckerFuel pre-workout, definitely go to PuckerFuel.com or link in description and check that out. But besides that, that has been a full review of C4 Original Sour Batch Bros. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next